sit down in these pants?
The video's running already.
Oh. Alright, so I'm running gem rabbits.
Gem rabbits.
Alright, so essentially I'm running 3 garnets. Just for sex appeal, and the fact so I can easily fuse into Rubius or exceed into any generic rank 4. I'll run Tourmalines in order to be able to exceed into Topaz. Also, it's a nice little 18 defense monster, which helps me protect myself just in case I haven't drawn the Gemini Fusion or a Rabbit yet. Sapphires adds more defense, also allows me to fuse into Aquamarine. Also adds sex appeal. The ladies love, little sapphires.
Annoying defense.
Annoying defense, yeah. Rage quit time when you see that. Two armadillos. The reason 2, because I want to be able to have targets in the deck when I need them for Rabbit. Also, so I can be able to search them out still, just in case I don't draw Rabbit yet, too. Helps for the fusions. 2-dimensional Alchemist, so I can easily fetch out Rescue Rabbit or another target that's been removed with Gemini Fusion. Also adds major deck synergy to it. Also, very sexy. Look at those nipples. And then, the showcase. 2 rabbits, because you only need 2 rabbits for the deck because you're going to be searching it out so quickly. I mean, and then it's like you only have 3 targets anyway for the rabbits anyway. And then if I use one, I could just get it back with the Alchemist or one of my other key cards. 3 merchants, because, they're baby Kaloots. I could drop this if something's not, too strong for one of my generic monsters, and I haven't, yet fusion summoned yet, It's also great synergy because it is, it's a gem card, of course. That's my monster.
Love gems.
18 count in total. This is my spell count. Future fusion, so I can dump cards to the graveyard to thin it up, so I can draw that Rabbit quicker or other key cards quicker. 2 reincarnation, because I can play with Gem Fusion with this card. I can also pull out Rabbits like that, and other key cards that I've removed from play, like my fusions. Book of Moon is a tech, as a must. Can Book of Moon something that's annoying, like an Insector, Hornet or something, or a Centipede maybe. I don't know why you would run into an Insector Hornet, but it happens. Chalice, 1 Chalice. This way you can activate this during a damage step to get rid of pesky monsters. You can also catch your opponent off guard. There's just 1 because, I only have 1 right now. I'd probably run 2 if I had it. But it is also pretty nice. If you don't like Chalice, you can run Effect Veiler instead. 2 Lances, helps protect your fusion monsters, just in case your opponent tries the MST, Future Fusion, or DDR, before, you actually get a chance to really, whoop their ass with the cards. Back row hate, of course, is just generic. You need it, especially with a deck that's a beatdown like this one, 1 Pot of Duality because you fuse so much, but it also increases consistency, because you won't necessarily be fusing all the time, but you will be fusing enough not to be running 2 or 3. Pot of Everest to return your normal monsters back to the deck, so you can use them again for Rabbit again that you pulled out with, DDR, or you got back with the Alchemist. 2 Gemini Fusion. The reason 2 is because it's annoying to run into an opponent who DD Crows one of your, Gemini Fusions, and then you don't have any more. And then you might want to fuse, and if you don't have any, you need it. So it does run into some, consistency problems, but it's well worth it, in my opinion. Monster Reborn, Game Breaker. Bring back anything that you've used before previously. With the deck, it's also, you can bring back an opponent's card, or bring out a Rescue Rabbit that was warning, then Rabbit again. 2 Smashing Grounds, just to get rid of pesky monsters like, Spirit Reaper or Marshmallow. Also to get rid of monsters that necessarily might be stronger than your gem cards. Darkhold is staple. Only used in case of complete utter emergencies. And that's the spell trap. My spell cards. Here's my traps. Solemn Judgment. Just generally a good card. Not necessarily the best thing for, when you want to conserve life points, but if there's something that you can't necessarily get over and you can't, best to use that. Also, it's little brother, so you can take care of a pesky Summer Nut. The reason why not 2 is because that's a consistency problem in this deck already has too many as it is. So I would suggest only 1, in my opinion. That way you don't necessarily draw it when you're only at like 1,000 life points or something. 1 Fiendish Chain. The reason why only 1 Fiendish Chain is...
Can't afford another one.
No, it's not that. I could actually get another one.
For
but,
$80?
like, okay, you could run 2, but then I think this has certain points that are over the Chalice, but less than others. So I'd rather run Chalice over this card itself, though, because the fact that at the MSTs you can chain, and you'll keep the negation effect. But with this, your opponent's monster gets free. That's the issue I have with it. But it's a really good card overall. Like, if I had the option, I'd run 2 Fiendish Chains, maybe, and then 2 Chalices. But also, that might cause consistency problems, too. Trap cards, Torrents of Tribute, just in case it's another situation where your opponent is swarming the field. You can wipe them out. 2 Evacs, so you can get rid of pesky Exceed monsters, or waste an Exceed Uso and Lagia, or get rid of Synchro monsters, or fusions, just in case your opponent steals yours. I've heard that, you know, it would be a good idea to use, you know, continuous trap cards in the deck too, or trap stuns to stop your opponent overall. But that's my deck profile.
Extra deck.
Oh, and the extra deck. Gem 3 Rubiuses are a must for this one. 3 Topazes and 2 Aquamarines. The reason only 2 Aquamarines is because once you get one on the field and it goes to the graveyard, you can just keep reusing it. So there's really no need to have 3 of them. Because more likely than not, with Gem Fusion, you're going to be removing this instead of any of these 3. And then generic Synchro monster, just in case, you know, you want to use an effect veiler in your deck. Generic Exceed monsters. And then Fortress, just in case you run against someone who's
using on the ground.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's where they go, right? This shit's trash. No one uses this shit. Alright, so that's my deck profile. I might post up the side deck and all later.
Eddie liked that one.